The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Now, the author of The Path of Least Resistance and the Tech Insider, David White.
And as we come in for another beautiful Thursday, it is September 6th, and it is Marion Popcorn Festival Days. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday in Marion, Ohio, they have the wonderful Popcorn Festival. To give you an idea how far I had to dig to find anything that actually was on today. So if you thought that you wanted to have a great day, I think you could probably kick out the Marion Popcorn Festival if you wanted to have some kind of great day. Like, how about Great Traders of TFNN Day? We've got to come up with some day ourselves and self-promote ourselves. TFNN Day. Yeah, I'll have to think about it. September 6th is open, though, because all we have is Marion Popcorn Festival. And looking on their website, it didn't look all that festive. It looked like a lot of drinking going on, which is probably okay. So maybe it's just an excuse to have a nice salty little treat and consume cereal malt beverages ad nauseum. Anyway, we've got a market that's finally got a word that I coined several years ago in my early days of trading, smaction, and that is some action. For you people that type real quickly, I got it down to this smaction. We have finally some action here. I was going to see what we actually had. 2.4 billion shares finally got some volume. Still is not what you would like to see up these levels, but at least it's better than what it has been. We've got 1430 on the S&P cash, which is just a hair under 1.9%. This isn't a bad day to really look and see what is moving and what is not. If it's not moving today, I go back to the wonderful Sherlock Holmes, and he solved one of his greatest mysteries by finding out that the dog didn't bark when his master was killed, and then inferring, aha, the dog must have known who came in, or he would have barked. So sometimes no action or no response is actually a good signal. And today is the kind of day that you actually want to look at a stock and see what's happening out here. We're going to go through a few of them. One I'd been wanting to be short for a while, and it has finally cracked today. And I suspect farther, but kind of basically got out of it with flat, just because we'd been flat so long in the marketplace. I was waiting for action in it, but glad to see now that as soon as this market had its pop, it did, and they did let it fall. So we're going to take a look at that a little bit later. We've got continuing just a ton of information coming in technology. Today it is Amazon with their Kindle Fire, and I didn't get to see it because it started at about 1:45. I'm going to check during the first break and see if I can get some updates, but they're talking about their Kindle. I suspect that Amazon's got a couple of problems, but one of them is that they're probably going to lose out on the tablet wars fairly soon, but we will continue to watch that kind of stuff. Some action Jackson I'm hearing in the peanut gallery, where we have Steve, our wonderful engineer today, working. And why don't you give him a call, and then he'll pass you on to me at 877-927-6648. He's kind of like the lonely Maytag repairman in there. So let's give him something to do. 877-927-6648. Market's probably going to be a little flat here. I think we've gotten kind of the upper bounds of this move. Basically we were looking at something about 1424 as being resistance. We've busted through that, and with volume. The next super heavy resistance level will be at about 1440 on the S&P cash, so we'll be watching that also. But we're going to get through a little of this stuff. Probably the biggest thing we're looking at as I get back to Amazon is the 15th is the end of the tax moratorium that they have in California. So actually they're getting a little bit of a stampede of people ordering, but depending on where you live in California, on the 16th you'll be paying somewhere between 8.5% and 9.25% more that you weren't paying, as they didn't collect taxes. But it'd be interesting to see how that all plays out. Us, of course, in Florida still pay no taxes. Ha 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 ha. But I imagine we'll eventually be forced into it. I normally have two choices when I'm buying a computer supplies or technology, and I normally go to Newegg because I don't have to pay sales tax, where if I go to Tiger Direct, I do. Since the Supreme Court in 1992 ruled that it was basically against the Constitution to try to force basically mail order, whether it was on the web or not, to collect taxes from foreign states. The states have continued to hammer on and go after these guys in a number of ways to make it difficult for them. Amazon finally actually caved in. So we'll see how it moves, but kind of interesting on that. I was trying to see if we've got what else. Wanted to see basically how much we dropped on the VIX today, and it was about a little over 9% move today. Let's see if I've got just one other thing that I'm looking here for. There it is. Get it moved around here. I wanted to see probably the weakest move out here today was gold. It looked like this was a kind of safety trade, and as we saw the market take off, it's up only about just a little less than 12 points. We have silver up about 34 cents, platinum up 15, and crude was up about 66 cents. Natural gas is up about 3 cents. So seeing a lot of movement out there. What was kind of interesting, I think, also, and I continue to look at it, we'll look at the chart here, is Apple. It's up about $6.60, which is not a bad move, but you would think that with the coming release of their product, that would really be ripping. I suspect that a lot of the rumors of Sharp building about half the displays and them having huge amounts of production problems, that Apple is not going to have the units that they really need. They're going to probably be short by 1.5 million units. They wanted to have 10 million units available in the United States on the 21st of September. It does not look like they're going to have that. So they're going to probably be about 2 million shy from the rumor mill right now. I think that that's keeping a lid on Apple. I'm trying to see if there's anything else going on real quick. Let me go back and look just at that stuff. I mean, I could probably spend a little bit of time talking about ECB's bond buying program. Remember, they've done nothing. They've basically talked about doing a lot of things. None of this stuff is written in stone yet, and although he's got a wonderful plan and everybody's running up the flagpole and saluted, nobody's signed on anything. And we continue to see the, with Spain at a 25% unemployment rate, none of this stuff is going to change any of the problems that a lot of these nations, especially the southern nations in Europe, are having. I suspect that we've got at least the next hurdle is going to be the 12th. That is where the German Supreme Court is going to rule on whether or not it's legal for basically Germany to bail out all of Europe. Everybody's betting on it and saying that, well, the Supreme Court just wouldn't say it isn't illegal. I'm suspecting that since everybody's got it baked in, that a negative reading on that would probably be where we're doing. Some people then are speculating that today is maybe engineered for an election result. I don't know if it was engineered for it, as much as this whole thing has been engineered over probably the past 10, 15 trading days, with the Treasury coming in every morning and firing for effect in the S&P futures markets, trying to keep this market moving until we've had some resolution out of Europe. But for everything that we've seen, a lot of smoke and mirrors. I don't see much action yet, but a lot of prognostication about what we will be doing. I don't know if they actually have that. I don't know. I've just never seen anybody like Europe, that many different desperate countries actually get together on one individual issue. That's pretty much kept the news to a kind of a minimum today. Wanted to actually see how some of these stocks are doing today. So we're going to go to the charts fairly early. Wanted to see exactly how Microsoft MSFT, which has been one of my one of the success stocks out here, wanted to see how it was actually doing as we go through these. Again, while volume is good, it's not fantastic. Microsoft, I think, is still in this trading range. A few of these things have broken out. I don't think Microsoft's going to get there today. That's correct. We are going up against a 75 million share high. That was on June 21st. $31.14, 75 million shares. We've gone at least a dime over that. Let's see if I get a current quote here. Hang on just a second. My portfolios. Okay, we'll have it in just a second. But anyway, as we look at that, we've got about half the volume right now. Suspect we're going to get a lot more. Yeah, 31.27 is a current quote. It's up about 3%, so not a bad move, up about 88 cents. But we've got 35 million shares. It looks to me like we're going to continue to see this thing somewhat range bound, and I suspect it's going to be range bound into probably maybe the first week of October. And that is when, of course, their PR machine is probably going to get ramped up for all the new products. We talked about them actually shipping Windows Server 2012 yesterday and giving people the ability to actually run it on their own cloud servers. But they make massive amounts of money. Software, when you do it right, is a licensed to print money, and Microsoft does a lot of that. But everything from new Xbox, new Kinetic products on the consumer side to home computer operating systems, their Bomber has basically said that they're going to sell somewhere between 350 million and 500 million copies of Windows 8 in the first year. At an upgrade price of $50. Not a bad business to be in. Anyway, we will be back in just a minute. I'm going to go through some of the news and check and see what we have for an update here. Y'all have a nice little break and give me a call, 877-927-6648.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direxion Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirexionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direxion Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direxion Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direxion Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
As we're checking on more that's going on here, it's a pretty big day out here in the marketplace for us, and getting a lot of stuff. I'm trying to find out why it's down, but one of the few stocks that's off today fairly strongly is Wolverine Worldwide. It had been giving a lot of signals, and before it started going sideways, I think we shorted it in the newsletter when it was out around 46 bucks. But it just went sideways for about 10 days. I went ahead and covered, and nice that I did because it got up to about 48 bucks. But it had been extremely weak when you went back and covered it. In fact, it's one of the weaker stocks in the marketplace. It looks like it's cratered today. I can't find any news on why. But a lot of these stocks are giving up, or weak today, are giving much better signals than they would if we were just going sideways. If you can't rally on a day where this is strong today, that's a good clue if we do start heading down. These are the stocks that we'd like to be watching fairly closely. I wanted to get some other stocks that looked interesting. I wanted to take a couple look at some of these stocks that were up at these highs. Brocade was one of them. This thing had a very high volume high, BRCD. Last one was February 9th, and that was $6.17, but 35 million shares into that high. We're coming in with about 8.5 and hit that same, 2 cents lighter today. So maybe watch for this thing. Maybe it'll get pierced a little later. We've been watching Amazon fairly closely. Another one that's kind of gotten up to these highs. It's been over 244 for a while. 8.2 million shares into this 3.9 million share high so far today. So we'll continue watching some of these, at least the ones I think that are worth taking a look at. Let's see what else we have out here. Quick. Get to some of these other ones. Increases investments, ethylene activity. Yeah, got a lot of other stuff going on here. Let's see if one other that came to mind here quickly. I want to see. Charles River Laboratory. Another one I've been watching here. This one has broke out and going to be on very light volume. CRL is the symbol on it. The last major high on this was March 9th, $37.31, 2.1 million shares. As we look at today, 160,000 shares. So we're going to be breaking, a lot of these stocks are going to be breaking highs on very light volume, some on very heavy volume, and this is where you can tell the wheat from the chaff in the marketplace. And it continues to see a few of these things out here. We were looking at some long-term highs in Disney. Let's see if we have anything else. Nothing more on that. That one's still hanging out at these highs. And Duke Energy, we're back to support on that. I do want to probably look at the IYR as we were looking at these highs coming out. We'll get back to a little one. It does look like we're going to have the volume on the IYR actually, if that's right. Is that a million shares? No, it's not right. I'm looking at the higher volume that we had earlier in the month, but less than a million shares today. We're going up against the last major high, $66.21. July 17th was 7.5 million shares. Looks like we're probably going to, I imagine we're probably going to have a slight edge into, oh, we do have a call. Sorry about that. Bill in New Hampshire. How you doing today, Bill?
Hi, David. Good.
I didn't see that pop up. What's your question today?
I was just wondering if, I'm sure you're aware of it, the NAND shortage that has affected some of the SSD companies and some of the data storage companies. What's your thoughts on that? And specifically, OCZ, do you think that they can bring a NAND chip in-house within a short period of time?
Yeah, here's the deal. There's most of the memory, and we're probably going to have to go over through the break to finish this up. But when you want to get memory, you basically have to place a fairly deep order, and you have to take those chips whether you want them or not.
Okay.
Some of these smaller companies decided to use their money in other ways other than buying chips up front.
David, I'm going to hang up and listen to you on the air.
Okay, we'll talk about this when we come back, but basically this is what's hitting OCZ today. It's had a fairly nice run. This may be the exhaustion gap that people look for, and we'll get back to it. If it can close back above 421 here today, we may see something kind of interesting.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
As we get back, we were talking about OCZ, and they got hammered pretty big. It's one of my picks for one of the better companies in the SSD marketplace. They were a smaller company working on innovation. They chose not to buy the NAND memory up front, and when it became somewhat hard to get, they were not able to get any and sell enough of the new products. So I think they were looking for $140 million in revenue, ended up with 120, and the market smacked them around a bit this morning. Of course, they were down about I think about 380 pre-market. Done a lot of recovery. They're below the previous low at $4.21. This could be a huge exhaustion day that if you can go back and get it retested fairly quickly, might set up a good opportunity to buy it, which I suspect is the question of our caller, Bill from New Hampshire. Is it a huge problem? No, but they actually spent and issued more stock so that they could start buying NAND memory. I think it was about 8 weeks ago. But it took, they already said it was going to take like 12 weeks for the whole cycle to go through because they're going to get it unpackaged and they're going to have to package it and put it in their products. So there was going to be some amount of lag. But kind of the foreshadowing of it being on the wall was in their discussion of spending $100 million to buy product up front. but how long it was going to take to actually get packaged and put in their product. But this way they know that they're going to have the memory that they're always looking for, but they have to buy it up front. If they try to buy it on the open market, it's not there. They just don't have the product. Now, the opposite side of the coin might be that the market thinks that they're just BSing on not being able to get NAND flash memory. But I suspect that's probably a truth in this, and that is that they had problems, may not have ordered enough up front. But I don't know, all the reviews of the products, if you go to like, what is it, Tom's Hardware, still have the fastest SSDs available. The problem might be that now that a lot of other companies have gotten better at the software underlying it, it's the difference between having a car that does 210 miles an hour and one that does 185. If you can buy a car that does 185 for 10 grand and it's 12 or 13 grand for the car that does 210, unless you're racing, may not be a big issue. The promise of this company is going to be a small Israeli company that they bought that is doing on-disk virtualization instead of doing it in the software, making it about 10 times faster. I don't know when those drives are going to come out, but the idea has always been for OCZ to leave the consumer market and go to the huge cloud market and sell these drives with virtualization in it. And we'll have to see how it pans out. But looks like it's had a nice move up off the bottom. This stock is one of the more wildly traded in the during the day, and always highly short. And not uncommon to see this thing move a couple bucks in a day in the past. So keep an eye on that. Did look into Amazon's presser out there today. Jeff Bezos showed up about 45 minutes late to show off his new Kindle Fire product. We talked about last week about their their paper ink. What was it? White paper technology they're using that will allow the device to be on up to 8 weeks and actually continuously display text. Of course, this is not the same kind of product that we think of tablets with colors and movies and everything else, but they're going to be dropping the price of the baseline product, the cheapest thing they make, to 69 bucks. The Kindle Fire 2 is going to get to 169, which is going to be about 30 bucks cheaper than the Google product. The difference is the Google product absolutely rocks. It's got a very high speed processor. The software is very well integrated into the graphics chip, and it's just really good. I still think even after reading the reviews today, unless all you're doing is reading PDFs or books that you get from Amazon, that the Google tablet is the king of the low end. The mid-range is probably going to be the Apple product, and the high-end range is probably going to be Microsoft. If you're in business, it still looks like the best product out there. Let's see if we've got anything else in here. Wanted to see how some of these other stocks had done, especially ones like Dig and Doug. Let's see what we have here today in the ETFs. Let's see if I can go to rewrite that. We had our last low on Doug, which is the ultra short oil and gas, and we've got to be getting down there today. 21.02 with 500,000 shares on August 21st. As we get into that with the ETF, is that 114 correct? Let me check just to make sure. Doug might have a problem with the data feed. 800,000 shares, so we are going to be, we're not quite at that low. Let me see here, 2107. Still a nickel above that low, so we need it to go below. But 800, only going to be 900,000 shares. Looks like we're going to do fairly decently back in this low for the oil shares, oil and gas, the reverse ETF. Of course, the same thing in Dig. Didn't quite get there either. Let me see. Since I'm seeing some kind of issues with our things. 257,000 shares, so it looks like we're going to be kind of close to that kind of nice high out here, $47.87. Didn't quite hit that already. See, updated call list. Okay, we've got Dante West. Oh, he's from West Palm. Okay. Anyway, how you doing today, Dante?
Real well. Not getting off the stock market, but you've often talked the technical aspects of the products. The new Apple iPad that is coming out or should come out, whatever, what's going to be the difference between their larger laptop that they've got now, or not laptop, but iPad?
The rumor mill is that they're going to release sometime around October to December a 7-inch iPad. All the orders that they have to give, since they sell so much product, have to come out fairly early. And it looks like they're going to duplicate all the innards of the current iPad in with a 7-inch display. So it doesn't look like they're going to come up with a lot of new or different stuff in it. But they're trying to get some kind of product that they can get in the $250 range. But I don't know if it's, other than people that are die-hard Apple people, it's going to be very hard for me to see anything that comes close to the Google Nexus 7 right now for the price point of $200 for the 8 GB version of the $250 for the 16 GB. They can try to come down to that low-end multiplier, and they may just do it to make sure that they have a product for that size market from their 10-inch version. But I don't know. If you've ever played with it, the interface is it's lightning quick. It's faster than the iPad, the current iPad. So, yeah.
Does it have the camera in the front and the back also?
No, it doesn't. But I don't think that the new 7-inch one is going to have a camera in it either.
Understood.
So I think these are low-end products, and now we've got a. If you go to the cheapest thing that Amazon has that's ad-supported, $69, these things are getting fairly inexpensive. But it depends on what you want to do with it. But it really looks like Apple is going to try to at least not go to the lowest common denominator like Amazon has done. Well, and then we've got kind of Google, which is one step up above that, but the products, as far as I'm concerned, is well worth the extra money. And then you've got Apple, that's kind of the mid-range, and the Apple RT product, the Microsoft RT product, which is probably going to be around the price of the Apple. That's not going to run all the existing Microsoft software, but it'll be more like the equivalent of an iPad. The neat part of that is it's got the included graphics chip in it and all the games that you're going to be able to get with it. But I think that Apple does have, if people are really using it for apps and stuff, not just gaming, there's a lot more apps for it. But once you get to the high end, I don't think Apple has anything to compete with the high-end product that's going to be around $1,000 from Microsoft.
So you still like the Google interface? Guys cutting my grass. More so than the Apple interface. For
$200? Yes. Now, if you're talking about buying a $500 product, I think the Apple product is still going to have a lot of stuff out there. The $500 or $600 product from Microsoft is going to be taking off from kind of a dead stop, in that they don't have a lot of apps written for it just yet. So I kind of give the nod on $500 price range to Apple, and kind of Android in general. But I still think that if you were looking for a product, to me at $200 and $250, that Google product just absolutely is a wonderful product for that price range. And the iPad for $500 or $600 is great. And then the embedded keyboard, the ability to write and run all Microsoft software on the $1,000 version of the tablet from Microsoft is going to be, like having a laptop but in a tablet form. So
I was just wondering that new mini laptop iPad, if they were going to have the Cirrus application. like they have on their phone.
Who's that?
I was wondering on the mini Apple iPad if they were going to incorporate like that Sirius like they have on their phone.
Oh, Siri?
Right.
My guess is not. The current iPad doesn't work with Siri either. And they pretty much said that until they get to the next version, that Siri's really not going to run effectively on their on the current products. The 4S was the first one that had a processor capable enough to keep up with it, and even it is somewhat dubious as to the quality of that. I really like what Google's doing in combining their kind of Siri-like product with their search engine. Since their search engine is 100 times better than anything Apple has, the ability to actually plug those two things together, I think Apple's got a lot of problems with that tablet market. In that when Google gets that correct and kicked out the door, could there be anything better than using Google with voice commands? I don't think so. So I mean,
if you were going to buy one for your grandkid, whatever, you'd go with the Google version.
I love it. I think for $250 for the 16 gigabyte version or the $200 for the 8 gigabyte version, both of them are in the low end, just absolutely, for very little difference in price. I want to say like the Kindle Fire, just head and shoulders above it. So it was actually designed by I think it was Acer or I'm trying to remember the other computer manufacturer, maybe Acer, and they just bought the design from them, and they have them manufacture it. But it was just a beautiful design, and hardware's good and software integration's great. So I really like it.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. Yeah, that tablet market's going to get pretty crowded. Of course, Microsoft's going to be launching their two versions, their RT, which is the $500 probably range product on the 26th of October, and then their keyboarded version that's high-end and basically runs all Microsoft software at probably around $1,000. They're going to have Windows 8 itself out on the 26th of October. So we've got this is going to be a tech-heavy winter and Christmas season, along with the release of the next Xbox 720, the Kinetic 2 interface, just a lot of that kind of stuff out there. Anyway, I wanted to get to some other stocks and take a quick look at them. I've been watching dry ships out here. This thing has been bouncing along the bottom and wondered whether or not it was truly making a nice little low. Looks like we've got a little confirmation of that. DRYS is that symbol. Made the first high volume low on July 12th out here at, what is that, $2.32, is that right? I'm going to stare at it, $2.12. Every time they keep moving this desk back just a little further, right out of my vision range, and I know who did it, and we won't mention any names, Al. But anyway, we've got that nice little low at 4.7 million shares, $2.12. We haven't hit that 212 in there, but boy, you came in with half the volume on 3 cents difference, and looks like we might find some lows in dry ships out here. So it might be time to start looking at some of those other dry bulk shippers also. We will be back in just a minute. And Ken, you can give me a call, 877-927-6648.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
As we, about an hour from the close here, 2.8 billion shares, so we're probably looking about probably 3.5 billion share day, which is actually probably the first day that singles were out of the summer doldrums, up about 28 points on the S&P cash. We've got after the bell tonight, Lululemon Athletic Company. Lulu is the symbol. I think everybody's pretty much familiar about it. Anyway, we're looking at analyst estimates tonight, and it looks like they should grow 34.6%. EPS will expand to 19.2%. The average estimate for revenue is $286 million, and the bottom line, and the average EPS estimate is 31 cents. So remember that, $286 million and 31 cents for or after the bell tonight. And let's see, we've got in that. We had the last big pop down on Lululemon, and this thing's gone all the way back down to $52.20 at the low. That was on August 2nd. We had a huge gap down. That happened on June 7th, and that was on 18 million shares. We've gone back, pretty much filled that entire gap, came within pennies of actually closing it today. From that huge gap out there. But again, came up 18.6 million shares. And what do we got? 2, 3, what is it, 3.4 million shares. But I suspect we're going to see a lot of action in this. Had a lot of shorts probably all the way up back into this gap after it went all the way to the bottom. Of course, this was a high flyer. Everybody loved it at one time. Maybe it's getting back up in there, but boy, you got to think that if you had a chance of selling this over the last few months, this would have been one time you really looked at it. I imagine this has got the kind of setup that you're going to have some huge action, I think, after the bell on this one tonight. If this thing fails, it's going right back down to $55. And on a longer time scale, let's see on a year what we have here. On the high end, if you can break out of here, then you're probably looking at a retest of $81.09 for the last low on May 3rd, or actually the last high on this. So we'll continue to check these markets out. Just wanted to take one more look here and see if there's anything else going on. Gold, yeah, up $11.70. That for December. Gold, dollar index off 19 cents. Not quite a move you would think with the move in the markets that we've seen here lately. Silver up 39 cents. So just taking a quick look at here. But again, 14.24 was resistance. Looks like we've made it through there. Going to close up, I imagine, 2 or 3 4 more points by the end of the day. Probably a lot of shorts out there that are probably going to have to get squeezed. That'll take us into tomorrow. We'll probably have yet a little bit more of a squeeze. I'm looking for somewhere around 14.40 and probably see that, I think, on the close tomorrow. I do have one position in the newsletter already. I'll probably be adding more somewhere around tomorrow's close or in Monday. A lot of these things are setting up fairly sweetly. And you probably have some of the best risk reward on the short side that you are going to have at 14.40. I suspect that some of the euphoria and short covering will slowly come out over the next few days, and we're going to have a pullback. That pullback probably into the 14.24 range is going to tell us whether this is a false breakout or whether or not we're going to be seeing 1,500 for Christmas. But we will have to wait and let the market tell us. Anyway, you have a great and safe and wonderful day. Again, thank you all for listening to me, David White, and the Power Trading Hour.